do a diving pool or a non-diving pool? And sometimes people ask, well, what's more popular? And again, we're going to go back to how you plan to use the pool, you and your family plan to use the pool. And I guess one piece of it, I always ask clients to reach out to their homeowners carriers, because there are a handful of homeowners carriers, specifically some major companies in Wisconsin, West Bend Mutual, Secura, and Acuity, which have their own takes on diving boards. They may make us build the pool differently. Acuity for years has really kind of fought that they don't really necessarily want to insure somebody with a diving board. So I'm going to always ask you to reach out to your homeowners carrier and make sure that we don't get a beautiful pool built in your backyard and then find out your homeowners carrier doesn't want to insure you anymore. Now, with having said that, there's plenty of carriers out there that have no, they don't weigh in at all on diving boards. State Farm, Allstate, American Family. So there's a lot of different carriers that it isn't a problem. So back to the question of what makes sense. Well, it comes back to how you see yourself using the pool. And so one thing I will say is that diving boards, from a standpoint of deck equipment, are ones that if you've got children, you will get a return on investment, because they will use the diving board. Adults will use the diving board. And the other part is, if we're going to dive into the pool, it's actually safer to have a diving board, because we build the pool so it's safe off that diving board. If we take the diving board off, there's very few residential pools, at least in this area in Wisconsin, that are wide enough that it's safe to dive in per our code off the side. And so at least when we have a diving board, we've created a designated space where it's safe to dive in. So that's one thing to think about. And what I will generally ask clients is, are you comfortable if you're going to go in a different direction and decide to have a non-diving pool? Are you comfortable enforcing a feet first rule in your pool? Because if you're not going to have a diving pool, that should be something that you do from a safety standpoint. If you've got children or friends of your friends over, you need to let them know that, hey, this is a feet first pool. It's not designed for you to dive in. So the question is, are you comfortable enforcing a feet first rule? Otherwise, a diving pool is probably a pretty good idea.